Hello people, this is 40 Splish Splash, very much welcome to a Paladins video. Now today I will present a pretty new Paladins Champion that is called Koga. And the gameplay you're watching is I think my fourth game with this new champion, and I have to say that I've had quite a lot of fun playing with Koga, but also being back and playing some Paladins again makes me smile actually. Now, HyperX Studios have made this 1.3 update about 2 weeks ago, I think, that includes this new champion called Koga, the Lost Hand. A champion that can run up walls and dash between platforms and throw claws of flames at your enemies. There's also a new team deathmatch map that are called the Abyss, and they've also brought back multi-queuing into the game, which I think is good, which means that team deathmatch and onslaught queues have been separated. You also have the Battle Pass 2, the cosmetic wheel, and I'm also glad to see that it is now possible to fix and finish your loadout before a match until all players have accepted. These are some good changes and fixes in my opinion. Let me know what you think if you're playing Paladins and what kind of experience you have so far with the update, and also Koga as a character or champion. Koga is a flank champion. He has a 1900 health, and he's also Paladin's first champion that has no cooldowns when it comes to his abilities. Instead, his abilities costs energy, a resource that regenerates over time. His passive ability is climbing walls, and if you hold jump while running into a wall, you will start to climb. However, I haven't used this specific ability that much. I think one of the reasons is that there's actually less buildings where you can reach the top than the opposite around. But at some points it can be effective to use, if you want to climb up and sneak up in front of Kinessa that might be hiding in the shadows. Two of my favorite talents so far here when it comes to Koga is when he's dealing damage with his submachine guns, being able to restore energy. That's something I've used pretty much all the time I've been playing here. And when you get Master of Arms at level 8, which gives you the ability to hit the target with his guns without no cost of ammo. The SMGs here have a very high fire rate, and in contrast to the Hellkite Claws, which do high damage in burst style. But I haven't been using the claws that much, since I prefer bursting with the SMGs if needed. Koga's second ability is a short dash, which makes him untargetable for the duration. This uses 1 bar of energy, and it is a very useful ability in my opinion. You can see in the gameplay that I'm using it all the time more or less. When Koga is in his dragon stance, and if he then dashes forward, hitting any enemy caught in his path will use all his remaining energy. Koga's third ability will give him 50% more movement speed and increased jump height, which might be a really good way to either move away from a fight or actually get into one. This uses 1 bar of energy. His ultimate strikes enemies for 1500 damage per second for 2 seconds in an area roughly the size of the payload objective. And of course you can move around while he's doing his ult, which definitely will make the enemies move away from the objective. He's untargetable for the duration, and Koga is a champion that is probably best suited for running and dashing around due to his very low health pool and high mobility. So what is my overall thoughts about Koga as a new champion? Well, as I've said before, I have enjoyed playing with him, although I realized pretty early on that since his SMGs aren't dealing that much damage, you both need to have good aim in order to land those shots, and also have the ability to understand when you need to pull back from a fight in order to reassemble your powers. If you're good with Koga, you will not only get a sweet amount of kills, but probably also get a lot of assists, since your people, well, your team at least, will kill steal quite some. I don't use the claws or climbing that much, since I don't find them as useful as the SMGs and the dash ability, but I do like the 50% speed and jump boost. It would be also interesting to hear and see what the pros think about Koga. I'm not sure if he will be their very first choice when it comes to, putting up a team of champions. But maybe he is that joker that sometimes might come in handy or actually be needed to counter some of the enemy's flank champions and create some great distraction around the objective. Let me know what you think. What I do know is that the future looks bright for Paladins. I started to play the game very early on, and I'm happy to see the progress that the game has been doing, the updates and the new champions that have been added over time. HyperX Studios is a good example, I think, when it comes to studios that are not only taking care of their game, but they also seem to listen and understand when something that have been changed or added to the game isn't that good of a change. I'm looking forward to future champions and updates as well when it comes to Paladins, since this is something that also pulls me back into the game. In times like this, with so many games out there competing, the final product have to stand out in order to survive and also gain respect and interest from the gaming community. Again, I think that Paladins has achieved that. The game is coming to an end. Let me know again what you think in the comment section, and I hope to see you soon again. This was 40 Splish Splash playing as Koga in Paladins. Alrighty, bye bye. Yes, thanks a lot for watching. This is 40 Splish Splash. If you're new to my channel, here's the opportunity to check out some more content. You have playlists to the left, and of course, if you think that this was really nice to watch, don't hesitate to subscribe. And if you want to hear even more from me, put on that notification bell, and we talk soon again. Bye bye.